Live here from West Allis, Kaukauna taking on the West Allis Hale Huskies. We will be going live with our broadcast soon, just doing an audio test here, folks. We will get the pregame started at around 6:55. Good evening, folks, and welcome to the first Friday night of the WIAA high school boys football season here in the fall of 2026. As we have got a non-conference matchup for you tonight, as the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts travel south to take on the West Allis Nathan Hale Huskies here at West Allis Athletic Complex. Thank you so much for joining us on Zaleski Sports Extra. My name is Gunnar Zippert. I'm joined by Keegan Carper on the production side of tonight's broadcast from West Allis. Waiting on the Huskies to run out of their locker room here. Kaukauna already headed to the sidelines. The Ghosts under head coach Matt Binsfeld in his 11th season. And ready for the Huskies to come out here. Pardon us, folks, just getting situated in the press box. And here come the Huskies, led by the live-action mascot. Both teams coming off losing seasons from a year ago, hoping for better things this fall. Kaukauna with a record of 4-6 a year ago, 4-5 in the regular season. They were able to make the playoffs, but fell in a level 1 game at Rice Lake, 20-30. West Allis started last season with 2 non-conference wins in pretty resounding fashion before eventually dropping their next 7 games in the Greater Metro Conference. West Allis switching conferences this year to the Woodland. But, of course, tonight's matchup, a non-conference affair between the FVA representative Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts and the new Woodland members, Nathan Hale Huskies. Kaukauna already set for the national anthem. We're waiting on the Husky players here to break their huddle. Matt Binsfeld, the head coach of Kaukauna in his 11th season, 61-44 overall record. 8 straight trips to the playoffs for this Galloping Ghosts football program, including 2 trips to the state semifinals in 2022-2023 as they finished as state semifinalists those years, as well as 2 FVA conference championships in 2023 and 2024. Galloping Ghosts with a bit of a down year last year at 4-6, finished 4-3 in the FVA. They're looking to get back to the top of the conference and make a deep run in the state tournament. And it all starts tonight here in Greater Milwaukee. West Allis to the sidelines. Should say West Allis Hale to the sidelines, as this complex is shared by Hale and West Allis Central, the Bulldogs. And we will step out for the national anthem. The head coach for the Galloping Ghosts, Matt Binsfeld, is assisted by JV coach Riley Kanak and freshman coach Gatlin Bebo. Head coach for the Huskies the interim head coach Cody Shumich. Co-head coach as well, Ilir Sino. They share as each of them coordinate one side of the ball. Shumich, the defensive coordinator. Sino, the OC. Jeff Smith and Caleb Vogel also on the staff for the Huskies. A couple of the Huskies head coach Scott Pritzel as well as some other coaches leaving the program a few weeks ago, leaving Coach Shumich as the head man in an interim basis. Huskies will kick off. The Galloping Ghosts to receive. Back deep for the Galloping Ghosts in their white uniforms with white pants, black numbers in orange trim, and all black helmets. Not even a logo on the helmet. Number 0, Muhammad Job. Number 1, DeAndre Williamson Jr. And number 3, Lathan Hurst, back deep for the Ghosts. West Allis Hale getting ready to kick things off here. The first Friday night of the WIAA football season. On the kickoff, it'll be number 30 for West Allis Hale. Not listed in the program. 30 for the JV team, Javon Faulkner Bell. Kickoff coming here. Kaukauna will possess the ball first. Kickoff coming from the 40. West Allis Hale kicker signals, and we're ready to go. Kick is fielded by Hurst right at about the 10-yard line. He's got a couple blocks, gets to the outside. Hurst has one man to beat down the sideline. Number 2 can't corral, and here he goes all the way. Lathan Hurst with an opening touch, kickoff return, touchdown for the Galloping Ghosts. They're up 6. Hurst got a few blocks down the right side, and then he was able to make it happen all by himself once he got past the opposing 40-yard line. 6-0 Ghosts 14 seconds in, and the best possible start for Coach Binsfeld's program this year. On to kick the extra point, number 16, Ryan Mayer. The holder will be, as Kaukauna gets their special teams unit out there. Holder looks to be number 3, I believe. Pardon me, number 4, Cooper McMullen. Hard to tell from our vantage point. I'll do a better job of that next extra point. And it's through the uprights. Mayer makes it 7-0 as they head back to the sidelines here. Seeing that it is number 5 was the holder, and that's Ryan Carroll. He'll play quarterback today, but the Kaukauna offense did not have to step on the field for that first drive touchdown. Not even a drive. Explosive play to start things off. Kaukauna made the 1 hour, 40-minute drive south here to Greater Milwaukee here in West Allis. The returners for the Huskies on the next kickoff here, Davian Rodriguez, number 8, and number 4, Kaysen Lee, as Kaukauna will now kick off, leading by a score, 7-0. Kicker for the Ghosts, getting ready here. From their own 40. Kaukauna will be headed to the left of your screen, and Nathan Hale will be headed to the end zone at the right of your screen, the one marked Huskies. You saw that Kaukauna just scored in the Bulldogs end of the field. West Allis Central and West Allis Hale back in the same conference this year for football after being in separate conferences previous couple seasons. Number 16 will kick things off here. And again, it is Ryan Mayer. Right-footed kicker for the Galloping Ghosts. Nathan Hale in their green jerseys, white lettering and white stripes on the shoulders. Silver helmets with the white pants. Mayer's kick is going to go towards Rodriguez, and it'll stay in bounds. No penalty against Kaukauna, and it will be a touchback. Nathan Hale will have the first offensive touch of the game. If you're just joining us, folks, you missed it's the wrong game to tune in a minute late for, as Lathan Hurst, number 3 for Kaukauna, the senior return man, taking the opening kickoff to the house, a 90-yard kickoff return to make it 6-0 for the Galloping Ghosts. Extra point was good. And now we get the first look at the Huskies offense. Under center is Colton Cohen, a returning starter at quarterback. He's number 17. He'll give on the end around, a little bit of space here, and breaking it to the outside is Davian Rodriguez, one of the return men. Gets to the near sideline and picks up a few. Good first touch for the Huskies. It's a 9-yard gain, in fact. 2nd and 1 now for the Huskies. Good first look for Coach Shumich and Coach Sino, the co-head coaches. In fact, it's Coach Sino's offense on the field here right now. The offensive coordinator, Ilir Sino, that's I-L-I-R space S-I-N-O. And now in the shotgun is Cohen. He's got a back to his left. He's going to give it to him, and they pick up the first down and a little bit more. They're down to the 34. Running back there, number 3, Dom Dorsey, another senior, picks up the first down and moves the chains. We've got the electric down marker here in West Allis. That's going to help when it gets dark out. Kaukauna's defense, a bit younger than the offense this year. Only 3 returning starters for Coach Binsfeld on the defensive side of the ball, I should say. Cohen under center, gives it to Rodriguez, this time going to his left, and he is stopped in the backfield. Looked like a loss of 3 or 4. It's going to set up 2nd and long for the Huskies, and we do have a Kaukauna player down, but trying to get back up. Hopefully not too shaken up and is able to get to the sidelines. Training staff will come on for the Galloping Ghosts, and I do want to thank a member of the training staff. You see her running out there. I should have gotten her name. Courtney O'Neill, that's right here in the program. Thank you very much to Courtney O'Neill for helping me with pronunciations of the Kaukauna roster. Don't have a great look at who's down right now. Clock is stopped at 10:07. It'll be 2nd and 13 for the Huskies. Kickoff return, touchdown for Lathan Hurst. The difference in this game early in this one to make it 7-0 in favor of the Galloping Ghosts. Kaukauna player is up under his own power. Number 19, Bryce Urban from the state champion Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts baseball team. Was the catcher for the playoff run through the state tournament. Got to interview Bryce after their state semifinal victory. His twin Tyler, also on the football team, also on the baseball team. Tyler, the DH for that state champion baseball team. 2nd and 13, will we see Colton Cohen's first pass attempt here? He is in the eye with a back behind him. He's going to roll out right, looking to throw. Cohen with a deep ball down the sideline. It's caught. Kaysen Lee is dragged down inside the 25. What a first play through the air for the Huskies. The rollout from Cohen to Lee. And both kickoff return men didn't get a chance to take the kick back for the Huskies, but both Rodriguez and Kaysen Lee making big plays here on the first drive. And a very nice throw there from senior quarterback Colton Cohen. No all-conference players returning for this West Allis team, but a couple of returning scholar athletes. That's an honor given to juniors and seniors in the Greater Metro Conference with a GPA of 3.5 or above. Again, they're in the Woodland Conference this year, but Colton Cohen and Kaysen Lee, 2 of those returning scholar athletes. They give it on the ground, and a short gain for Dom Dorsey. Dom Dorsey, the new starting running back, second team all-conference running back Jeremiah Morris was a senior a year ago, moving on to college. All of the all-conference players for West Allis Hale moving on. A couple of returning all-conference players for Kaukauna, but not on the defensive side of the ball. Bennett Geithner, also a member of that baseball team, a tight end, returning all-conference honorable mention, as well as Tyler Schwalbach, but Tyler Schwalbach not on the roster for Kaukauna, focusing on basketball, as he has the opportunity to get a scholarship playing on the hardwood. Dorsey up the gut for little to no gain there. It's going to make it 3rd and about 7, if not longer. 3rd and 7, in fact. Last time West Allis had to convert or had to pick up a good amount of yardage was that rollout play from Cohen to Lee. This time they're nearly within the red zone of Kaukauna, and the down and distance is a little bit more, at least the distance is more manageable, but they're down to 3rd down here. Could be 4-down territory, depending on what type of kicker they have. Colton Cohen runs into Dorsey in the backfield, and not punished for it. Dorsey, he has to roll out the other way. Cohen looking for a receiver, throws across the field, and it's going to be dropped by the Kaukauna DB. Dangerous throw there. Could have been an interception. Number 27, Aiden Moss, getting his hands on it, but it'll set up 4th and 7. Cohen was just looking to make a play happen there, and instead of throwing it away, tried to maybe throw it down and see if a guy could catch it. But no Huskies in the vicinity. And they will attempt the field goal here. Number 11, Edwin Macedo, on to attempt a 39-yard field goal. That would be how long this is if for an NFL distance. From the 21, it'll be snapped. Holder is Cohen. He's at the 33. Macedo's kick is up and too low. It's into the line. Grabbed by a Kaukauna player. They'll just fall on the ball and will take it in their own end on the 10. So the trajectory not high enough there for Macedo to get over the line. Weren't able to evaluate the strength of his leg. So that'll remain a bit of a mystery for now. Good first drive for the Huskies, stalls out in Kaukauna territory. And now we get to see the Kaukauna offense for the first time. Ryan Carroll, a junior, returning quarterback, started as a sophomore a year ago. He's got Muhammad Job, number 0, to his left. Fakes the handoff, and they're going to go out wide. Number 87, Brady Schwalbach, makes a man miss, but not the second. He is brought down at the 16. So first play of the game from scrimmage for the Ghosts. They go for the play action fake to Job, and a nice completion to Schwalbach to set up 2nd and 4. Brady Schwalbach on the Kaukauna team, a senior. Junior Tyler Schwalbach, as I mentioned before, focusing on basketball, not going to suit up on the gridiron this year. Carroll back to pass again. Looking over the middle, it's nearly intercepted, and then it was through the hands of his tight end, Nicholas Wachtendonk. Incomplete pass makes it 3rd and 4, deep in their own territory. See if Kaukauna puts it on the ground here. It's definitely a manageable down and distance. Kaukauna defense on the sideline here, all huddled away, looking away from the field and listening to their defensive coordinator as they get ready to go back out there. Perhaps on the next play, if Kaukauna cannot convert, they give it to Job. He's headed up the middle, and it looks like he may have been a yard short. Tough with the chains on the near sideline here. And Job does get to the line. He converts, and a new set of downs for the Kaukauna offense. Sun also setting over the far bleachers, making it a little bit tough to see the field here from the road press box. Carroll back with a running back to his right from the shotgun. He's going to hand it off. Job gets some space out to the left, gets a block from Quentin Gussman, and he is ridden out of bounds. A nice pickup there of nearly 20 yards. Quentin Gussman out on the edge blocking there. That'll be a 18-yard gain as they went to the 39. So Carroll will remain the starter here, even though a quarterback transferred in during last school year from Fond du Lac, DeAndre Williamson Jr., and Job with a nice 6-yard run and is brought down. Looking for Williamson Jr. on the sideline, looking for number 1. He was in on the kickoff return, I know that. Perhaps focusing primarily on defense as Carroll will man the offense. I believe Williamson also listed as a safety on the Kaukauna roster. Receivers on the near sideline, Brady Schwalbach and number 13, Baxton Benson, 2 seniors. Carroll fakes the handoff to Job. Job will block. Throw down the sideline for Benson, out of his reach. Great diving attempt, but Carroll's ball too strong. Set up 3rd and 2. So they decided to throw a deep ball on 2nd and short, and now probably going back to the ground game. This Kaukauna offense from a year ago missing a ton of difference makers from the all-conference FVA team, including receiver of the year Kavanaugh Wyenberg, moving on to graduation. They'll give it to Job up the gut, and Mohammed Job picks up the first down and gets into Husky territory. Make it 1st and 10 as we're under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Carroll again with Job set up to his right. Schwalbach to the far side of the field along with Cooper McMullen and Bennett Geithner. On the near side is number 7, Quentin Gussman. Husky into the backfield. Carroll gets around him, and he's got a big run here. 1st down and more. Down the sideline and pushed out at the 15. Saving it from being a touchdown there, Brody Lapinka of the Huskies. Big run there for Carroll, showing off his wheels after making a couple of throws early. It's been mostly the ground game, though, for Kaukauna. Even that one completion from Carroll was a straight lateral almost along the line of scrimmage. Preview for this Kaukauna team on boundwisconsin.com. Some quotes in there from Coach Binsfeld. He said that the offensive line this year is bigger than last year, and that should be a big help, especially in the run game, as we've seen here early. Looks like Carroll stepped out of bounds well shy of where he ended up being tackled. So that'll bring it back about 20 yards. Still an impressive run from the junior gunslinger. 1st and 10, and the clock will resume. Number 89 in motion. That's Wachtendonk. Carroll rolls out right. He throws it deep to Benson, and again, this out of Benson's reach. Nice ball from Carroll as it was away from the Husky defenders. Benson was nearly triple covered, but not able to be riled in by Benson. That'll set up 2nd and 10 from the 35. Thank you so much for joining us on Zaleski Sports Extra tonight. We've got our stream here on Extra, as well as, I believe, a bunch more streams, 4 more streams on Extra, and then you've got 10 over on the main Zaleski Sports channel for our first Friday night football slate of the season. Carroll fakes the throw. He gave it to Mohammed Job up the middle. We do have our first flag of the day. See, it was in the backfield. Got to imagine it not going to go well for Coach Binsfeld's team. Could be a hold. It will be a hold, so that'll move the Kaukauna offense back and negate that previous play. It'll be second and long. Remains to be, I believe it'll be second and 20 as the hold occurred in the backfield. 4:06 to go. Kaukauna with an explosive start on the kickoff return touchdown, but we've settled in since then. A long Husky drive. After a big throw from Colton Cohen to Kaysen Lee, got them into Galloping Ghosts territory. That drive stalled out, and now Kaukauna chewing up some clock. It's second and 20. Carroll with Job to his right. He'll throw medium length route for Schwalbach and out of the hands of Brady. Third and 20 now for the Ghosts. Could be a 4-down territory situation, but they're going to need to pick up a significant amount on third here to make the 4th down conversion attempt easier. Certainly we'll see Carroll back to pass here. Would not expect to see a Job run unless they think they can get 8 to 10 easy yards on a draw play. 2 receivers out to the left and the right. They're going to get the correct spot of the ball here. Or pardon me, it must have been a penalty on West Allis Hale. I missed that. Penalty on the previous play, the incompletion of Schwalbach. And a significant one at that. That was a 15-yard penalty. So that'll be an automatic first down. I believe it was some sort of personal foul. Will remain to be seen. Scoreboard's got 3rd and 5. Down and distance markers say 2nd down. Throw to the far side is caught by Gustman, and he is wrangled down. Pardon me, Geithner. I got the 2 baseball players confused there, number 8 and number 7. Well, regardless of what the down and distance was there, it sets up a first down as the completion from Carroll to Geithner for another Kaukauna first down. 1st and 10 from the West Allis Hale 20. We've seen a couple of Huskies get into the backfield and give Carroll some pressure, but nobody yet able to touch him yet. They give it to Job on first down. Job has a couple of nice blocks down the right side, and Muhammad Job with his first touchdown of the season. Kaukauna leads 13-0. Great drive for Muhammad Job, as there was a couple of completions from Carroll to his receivers in there, but it was Carroll and Job getting the work done on the ground. That's a 20-yard touchdown run, first of the season for the senior, number 0. 13-0, and Bryce Mayer back on, number 16, the kicker. It is up and through the uprights to make it an even 14-0. Mayer looks like he got knocked down, or perhaps the holder got knocked down. That will set up a kickoff for the Galloping Ghosts, and the Huskies looking to build off a strong first offensive drive that ended up in no points due to the blocked field goal. Husky defense giving up that big play at the end of the drive, but had Kaukauna in pretty long down and distance a couple times there. That penalty on the 2nd and 20 play, a real shoot yourself in the foot moment. Mayer will be back out for the kickoff. Last time we saw it roll into the end zone, and Lee and Rodriguez have switched sides. Davian Rodriguez now on the far side of the field, number 8, and Kaysen Lee, who caught that big pass earlier, he's on the near side, number 4. .320 to go here in the first quarter. At the end of the first, we'll head to our first commercial break. Kaukauna leading 14-0 here in non-conference play. Kaukauna looking to get back towards the top of the FVA. They finished in 3rd, tied for 3rd at 4-3 a year ago in the Fox Valley Association. They start with 2 non-conference games, the first of which here in West Allis. Lee grabs the kickoff, and he will return. He is knocked down at the 22. A Kaukauna tackler went flying head over heels there. And West Allis Hale will start their second drive a little bit further in than their first, as they got the touchback on the first kickoff. 1st and 10 from the 24. Right around the West Allis Central logo. You see the Bulldog logo there. Hale and Central will play on September 11th. That is on a Thursday, I believe, a couple of weeks from now. Colton Cohen in the shotgun with Dorsey behind him. Cohen rolls out right, looking to throw. Deep ball not there, and he's going to have to throw it to a medium-length pass. It's caught. Fortunate throw there as it's brought in by Romeo Valdivia. I don't know if that's where Cohen was trying to go with it as he was getting wrenched down. A near sack, but a good pass from Cohen again on the rollout to his right, making it 1st and 10. Valdivia, number 10, with his first catch of the game. I do see DeAndre Williamson Jr. playing safety on the left side of the Kaukauna defense here, so not playing quarterback this season is the senior Williamson. On the near side, the receiver for the Hale Huskies, number 15, Carson Cody. Number 5 joining him is Terrion Scott to block, or perhaps now he's in motion. Scott to the left side. Cohen loses the snap. It's on the ground, and he's going to have to cover. He does recover, but a big loss there from the Huskies to stem the momentum from that pass that set up 1st and 10. Nearly 2 minutes left here in the first quarter, and 2nd and long coming for the Huskies. Much smaller roster for the Huskies, just 37 players listed on varsity, whereas Kaukauna lists their varsity and JV on the same roster here, so a little bit harder to tell, but certainly the numbers on the Kaukauna sideline looking a little bit larger than the far sideline for the Huskies. 2nd and 23 after the dropped snap there from Cohen. He's going to need to pass here. He rolls out right, looking for a short completion. It's caught, and fumble is knocked out and recovered. Recovery for number 12, Benny Joseph. It was knocked out of the hands of Logan Mazurek, number 7, who caught the pass. So turned over as that one was punched loose. That'll set up Kaukauna inside Husky territory with just over 90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Benny Joseph with the play, the cornerback, number 12, recovering the ball there, and he sets up his offense from the 33 here. Carroll's got Job to his left. Receiver to the near side is Quentin Gussman, number 7. On the far side, looks like Geithner, and as they go over to Gussman, it's picked off. Interception for the Huskies, and sliding down, losing his footing, was number 14, John White Owens. And a couple of back-to-back turnovers there. Huskies with the momentum, though. Carroll's first interception of the day. He was looking to the near sideline for Gussman. Intended for Gussman into the hands of John White Owens. That's White-Owens, hyphenated last name. His first pick of the year. Number 14, the sophomore, starting on varsity. And the Huskies offense back out after their most recent drive was cut short due to the fumble. And right around where they were when it was 2nd and 23, but now it's 1st and 10. Coach Shumich and Sino probably not thrilled about how they got there, but better down in distance now after the back-to-back turnovers. Cohen back to pass, looking for a screen. He does find his man Dorsey, but that was snuffed out, and he was tackled in the backfield. It looks like a loss of 1. 2nd and 11 or so coming up here. Big slate on Zaleski Sports tonight. Here on Zaleski Sports Extra, if you're looking to flip around the channels at all when we're at commercial, you got Wrightstown at Winneconne. I'm looking forward to covering Winneconne for the majority of this football season, along with Miles DeTroy. Miles covering that game with Katie Lecton. Also, Oconto Falls at Wapaka. Keegan Carper here in the booth. I believe Keegan will be covering a good amount of Wapaka here this fall, along with Dan Nelson. Also, another Milwaukee area game on Zaleski Sports Extra, Wisconsin Lutheran at Waterford. We'll get our first commercial break here before the end of the first quarter as a timeout called by West Allis Hale. You're watching Zaleski Sports, presented by Bear Performance Marketing.
Welcome to the competition where only the best healthcare plans rise to the top. Megasure.
Presenting Paperwork Pound Cake, a half-baked plan with flaky service sprinkled on top.
Ooh. Next up, Security Health Plan.
I call this one the Sweet Security. It has high-quality coverage folded in, and it's frosted with award-winning local service that's sweet but never sugar-coated.
That's a slice of better.
Chef Security, congratulations. Truly the recipe for better.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
Welcome back on Zaleski Sports. 40 seconds left in the first quarter here. West Allis Hale with a 2nd and 11. Colton Cohen, the 2-year starter at quarterback, from the shotgun, fakes a handoff to Dorsey. He rolls out left this time, gets around a defender, and Cohen will pick up a couple of yards on the ground. He got to the 29. That's a 5-yard gain. That'll make it 3rd and 6, if my eyes are right. And that could be the final play of the quarter. We'll see if Hale tries to get a second play in here. It's going to be 3rd and 7, pardon me. 13 seconds left on the scoreboard, and it looks like we're going to get to the line, but maybe not get the playoff in time. We'll see how Coach Shumich approaches this. 2 and 1. That'll do it, and we'll switch ends of the field. After 12 minutes, Kaukauna leading 14-0 on a kickoff return touchdown by Lathan Hurst, and then a 20-yard Muhammad Job touchdown run. 2 extra points have been good from Bryce Mayer. We'll head to another break. You're watching Zaleski Sports, presented by Bear Performance Marketing.
Cobuson Bus is hiring its drivers that they need. Cobuson Bus is hiring is the perfect job for me.
Cobuson Buses would like to thank all of our school bus drivers throughout the state of Wisconsin for their safe driving. If you would like to make a difference in your community with a fun and rewarding part-time job, apply at Cobuson.com.
Cobuson Bus is hiring is the perfect job for me.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Start of the second quarter from West Allis, from the West Allis Athletic Complex on the campus of Nathan Hale High School. This complex shared by the Hale Huskies and the Central Bulldogs. Central about 7 minutes, I believe, to the east of here. Their soccer teams and football teams and track teams play here as well. It's going to be 3rd and 7 for the Husky offense. Colton Cohen's going to roll out right. Throw over the middle, and it'll be a first down. It's caught, and more. Kaysen Lee again picking up the first as he's brought down by number 27 of Kaukauna, Aiden Moss. First conversion of the drive for the Huskies. if you're joining us recently, the Huskies were driving on offense late in the first quarter when a fumble gave Kaukauna the ball. Very first play of that Kaukauna drive, an interception from the arm of Ryan Carroll, intercepted by Josh White Owens, gives the ball back to the Huskies. Now it's 1st and 10 for Cohen. Benny Joseph is the cornerback on the near side of your screen. He recovered the fumble for Kaukauna. He's matched up against number 10, Romeo Valdivia. Cohen with Rodriguez behind him. He goes to the far side and a lateral to Rodriguez. They get back to the line of scrimmage. Pass was completed to Carson Cody, and then they went for the hook and ladder there. But he's tackled by DeAndre Williamson. It'll be 2nd and 11. Also, let's get some of these Kaukauna defensive starters to you on the line. Number 46, Alec Hippis. On the near side now, the cornerback, number 6, Thomas Kornowski. Number 3, the return man, Lathan Hurst. The special team return touchdown for him earlier in the game. Hurst lines up on the edge here. So we've got single coverage on the near side of your screen. Hurst drops back into coverage. They go to the far side. Incomplete as Cohen got dropped after the throw was incomplete to the far side receiver. Also on this defense for Kaukauna, number 10, Chase Broderick. Number 11, Weston Hamilton. Number 17, Jackson Van Roy on the line. DeAndre Williamson, a safety. Lathan Hurst, more of a linebacker. Number 21, Tyler Urban, serving as a linebacker safety as well. 3rd and long here for the Huskies. Receiver on the near side is Romeo Valdivia. Under center is Cohen. He's going to fake it to Dorsey. Dorsey heads out and blocks. Cohen to the far side now. He's got room to run. He's across the 50 and into Kaukauna territory. A 15-yard scamper for the senior quarterback, Colton Cohen. 2nd first down of the drive for the Huskies. And just like in the first quarter, they are into Kaukauna territory. That drive ended up resulting in a blocked field goal attempt. And headed back a little bit here. And it's got a block on the back penalty. Did not see the flag out myself, but you can obviously see them moving farther into Husky territory. So the run by Cohen negated. Now I see the flag on the field. They are set up at the, still moving back. It's going to be at about the 34-yard line, I believe. The 29-yard line. So a 10-yard loss. It'll make it 3rd and 21. The line to gain is midfield at the 50. And see if Cohen is back to pass here. Subbing in number number 4, Kaysen Lee. You got 2 receivers out on the far side of your screen, 2 to the left, and a false start on Nathan Hale. That was number 8, Davian Rodriguez, jumping a little bit early there. And that'll make it 3rd and 25. Third and 26, pardon me. And now the Huskies really deep in their own territory. Likely just thinking about getting some yardage here to give your punter some room. We have yet to see either team punt today. As our drive summary for the game, the opening kickoff was taken to the house by Kaukauna. Lathan Hurst with a 90-yard kickoff return touchdown to make it 7-0. A blocked field goal ended West Allis Hale's first drive, and then Kaukauna took a long drive down the field, capped off by a 20-yard touchdown run for Muhammad Job, and then we had the back-to-back turnovers ending the last 2 drives before the quarter ended. Cohen under center here, looking to give it to, it's a trick play perhaps. This is Cody, number 10, end around, gets to the line of scrimmage and picks up about 8 yards. So a bit of a slower developing play there, but the Huskies do their job and give their punter some room. That was a gain of 11. In fact, it'll be 4th and 15, and I believe the punt unit will be on for Nathan Hale. Return man deep for the Galloping Ghosts. Can't get a great look at his number right now. I believe it's Bennett Geithner, number 8. He is situated right at about the 30-yard line where the West Allis Central logo is. Punter will be Edwin Macedo. His field goal attempt earlier blocked at the line of scrimmage, but they sent him out for a relatively deep field goal, nearly 40 yards. 4th and 15, and whistle is blown here at the line. Delay of game against Nathan Hale to make it 4th and 20, and now the line of scrimmage will be at the 30. 14-0 our score. Kaukauna in control of this one thus far. Snap to Macedo. Edwin's kick is up, and it'll bounce just over the 50-yard line. Looks like Kaukauna will set up shop at the 48. Seems like the kick might have been altered off the foot of Macedo, but does a good job to at least boot it out of Husky territory. Ryan Carroll, the junior quarterback, coming back onto the field and looking to erase the taste of that last play on offense in which he was intercepted. Carroll with Job to his left, the starting running back. Geithner on the near sideline, along with Gussman, as well as number 4, Cooper McMullen. They're going to give it to Job. He'll head off the right tackle and be tackled himself for a gain of 1. On defense for the Huskies, you see those bright green cleats for number 8, Davian Rodriguez, playing safety. Number 1, Brody Lapinka, we've called his name a couple times already on tackles, playing cornerback. On the defensive line for the Huskies, number 51, Logan Augustinovich. As they said, they just called him Augie. Carroll looking to pass. Thrown right into the arms of Josh White Owens again. Interception. Second of the game for Josh White Owens as receiver not near that ball, and Carroll is picked off. And West Allis again with life off a turnover. Didn't get a look myself at who that was intended for on the far side. But after the one run by Job, another interception, so that's 2 turnovers on the last 3 plays for Kaukauna. They do remain in charge of this game, 14-0, but can't be pleased with how their last couple of drives have gone. Defense has held strong against the Colton Cohen-led offense of the Huskies. Cohen in the backfield with Dorsey to his left. Man in motion, and it looks like we're going to have a false start here. Flag on the play. Could be a neutral zone infraction as well, or offside. It will be a false start on West Allis Hale to second, 1st and 15. Tonight's game is brought to you by Travel Leaders Discovery, specializing in creating personalized, unforgettable, and stress-free experiences for individuals, families, and groups of all sizes. Travel Leaders Discovery is a full-service agency booking beach vacations, cruises, hotel-only and air hotel, Disney, house rentals, business travel, romantic travel, and family vacations. Essentially, anywhere you want to go. Call Travel Leaders Discovery at 833-TL-TRIPS or visit them at www.tltrips.com. Cohen again extending the play and making something happen there, a medium-length completion to set up 2nd and 5. In fact, a completion of 10 yards. Threw it into the middle of the field as the sun is almost officially down here in West Allis. Upcoming schedule for the Huskies, their next non-conference game will be next week at Milwaukee Riverside, a team they were able to defeat 43-6 a year ago. And then they'll play Greendale at home before playing a technical road game at West Allis Central. But of course, that game will take place here, again, at the West Allis Athletic Complex. Cohen gives it on the ground, and swallowed up inside is Dom Dorsey. That'll make it 3rd and short. So in their first 4 weeks of the season, the Huskies, their first 5 weeks of the season, 3 home games and a road game at West Allis Central, which will be played on their usual home field. Only road game of the early schedule for the Huskies is next week at Riverside. 3rd and 5 now. Huskies have been able to get it going through the air, whether on the deep ball or some of those mid-length completions. Running game has not been too successful, at least not since the first drive. Third and medium to go here. 3rd and 5. Cohen's got Dorsey to his right, Rodriguez to his left in the flat. He fakes it to Dorsey, rolls out right, throw to the far sideline is incomplete. It was intended for Kaysen Lee. And now potentially we'll see if this is 4-down territory for the Huskies. Cohen's staying out there. It'll be 4th and 5. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. And now Cohen headed off the field. He was on the sideline talking to his coaches. And Macedo, the punter, back out. First punt for Macedo traveled about 20 yards in the air. This punt will be from the 44, so he could pin them deep. Don't see a return man back deep as they were guarding against a potential fake there. And a nice boot from Macedo. Gets a friendly roll and starts bouncing back against the Huskies. They down it at the 25. Nicely done by Edwin Macedo. A punt of 30 yards. 31, in fact. And Kaukauna will set up shop from the 25. Carroll, after the 2 interceptions, looking to improve upon the previous drives. Number 6, Thomas Kornowski headed out on offense. We saw him playing on the defensive side of the ball early. On the near side, number 8, Bennett Geithner. Muhammad Job in the backfield with Carroll. On the far side, Gustman, and then you got a couple of tight ends on the line right now. 7 on the line for Kaukauna. They give it to Job up the gut. Muhammad down at the 30-yard line, a gain of 5. Second and 5 coming here for the Galloping Ghosts, and perhaps a steady dose of Muhammad Job on the ground is what the Kaukauna offense needs after a couple of turnovers through the air. Of course, you don't want Carroll to lose confidence back there. They give it to Job again, and he heads out to the right. Lots of room to run. Here's Muhammad Job down the sideline. One man to beat. It's Lapinka. He cuts back and is tackled from behind by number 14, John White Owens. But a huge gain for Job. A run of over 50 yards, make it 59. All the way from their own 30 down to the 11-yard line of the Huskies. Job's biggest run of the day. Second biggest of the day, of course, was that 20-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. Carroll's got Job in the backfield again. Carroll's going to keep it this time. He heads around to the left end, and gets around a defender into the end zone. Waiting for a signal, and touchdown signaled. Ryan Carroll with an 11-yard scramble for his first touchdown of the year. This time it's going to be on the ground. 11 yards to the end zone for Carroll. He'll stay on to hold for the extra point. 20-0 our score. Bryce Mayer looking to make it 21. Carroll the holder. Mayer's 2 for 2 on the day. That one is up and through. Mayer doing his job. Hasn't been asked to kick a field goal yet. 3 for 3 on PATs, and it's a 21-0 lead for the Ghosts. Got their first touchdown of the day off the kickoff return, and now a couple of big runs making it for their second and third scores. Mayer will kick off for the Huskies. Back deep, it'll be Rodriguez and Lee. Upcoming schedule for the Galloping Ghosts. A tough matchup next week. Both of these teams in Division II. Next week, Kaukauna will play the Division II runner-up from a year ago on the road at Notre Dame Academy, and the top offensive player in the state, running back Kingston Allen, a Wisconsin Badgers commit and a WIAA record holder. That'll be a tough task for the Galloping Ghosts defense. We will have that game for you on Zaleski Sports, as well as all of Kaukauna's regular season schedule this year. After that, they'll head to Kimberly on September the 4th before finally playing their first home game on September 11th against Neenah. Kimberly and Neenah, along with Kaukauna, Fond du Lac, and Appleton North, projected to finish in the top of the FVA. Mayer's kick, a squibber. It's played by the short man and tackled down at the 36-yard line. So good field position here for the Huskies. Projected order of finish by Bound Wisconsin was Neenah in first, Kimberly in second, Kaukauna third, Appleton North fourth, and Fond du Lac fifth. And Kaukauna's schedule, if you look at it, you've got your 2 non-conference games, including next week against the D2 runners-up, Notre Dame from a year ago. And then you're going to play the projected top of the FVA at the start of your conference slate. So no easy going for the Ghosts in September. We'll have to build their record out early on and make sure not to fall too many games below 500. Obviously, they don't want to be below 500 at all, but it's going to be a challenge against a schedule that tough. Colton Cohen in the shotgun, gives to Dorsey. Handoff took a little bit of time to develop there, and that's going to lead to a 3-yard loss. Nathan Hale again in the Woodland Conference this year after being a member of the Greater Metro in football for many years. Still a member of the Greater Metro for basketball, if I'm not mistaken. But in the Woodland Conference this season, playing one crossover conference game that counts for your conference record against the Parkland Conference, 2 of those 7-team conferences that play one crossover game for each school. That'll be against Pewaukee on the 25th for West Allis Hale. That'll be their first road game in nearly a month, as they are playing on August 27th at Milwaukee Riverside, and then they will play here at the West Allis Athletic Complex every game until September 25th, as they have a road-heavy end to their schedule. Penalty on Kaukauna, making it 1st and 10. Cohen rolls out, gets a block from Dorsey, has to get rid of it, throwing it out of bounds, and that'll set up 2nd and 10. And if you look at the Woodland standings from a year ago, a lot of change. Grafton was the undefeated 7-0 Woodland Conference champions. They went 14-0 overall as they ended up winning the Division III state title. Grafton this year leaving the Woodland for the Glacier Trails Conference. Also leaving the conference, third place Wisconsin Lutheran from a year ago. They went 6-4. Pardon me, 5-2 in conference play, 6-4 overall, as the Vikings have moved to the North Shore for football. And a personal foul penalty giving 15 free yards here to Nathan Hale. Whitnall is the projected favorite in the conference. They finished second a year ago at 6-1. Only loss coming to Grafton. And they were 9-2 overall, made it to level 2 of the playoffs. Cohen is dropped in the backfield. First sack of the day. It's going to be number 21, Aiden Moss, or pardon me, Tyler Urban, with the sack there. It might have been sort of a delayed handoff, but Colton Cohen gets dropped for a loss of 7. So Whitnall, the projected first overall team, and then you've got ahead of Nathan Hale, projected to finish 4th. You've got Greenfield and then Greendale in 2nd and 3rd, according to Bound Wisconsin. And then behind Nathan Hale, you've got Milwaukee Lutheran, West Allis Central, and South Milwaukee. So 8 teams in the Woodland a year ago. 3 teams leave. West Allis Hale and West Allis Central join to make it a 7-team league. Cohen with lots of time to pass. Throws a deep ball looking for Lee. Nice location, but swatted out of the air by DeAndre Williamson Jr. Great recovery from the safety there. Decent ball from Cohen, but broken up. Make it 3rd and 17 from the 43. Looking at the FVA standings from a year ago, Nina and Kimberly tying atop the conference at 6-1. They shared the conference title. Nina is going to feel like they should have won the conference outright as they suffered a loss in the final week of the season to 1-5 Hortonville coming into that game. Hortonville finishing at 2-5 and spoiling Nina's chances at an outright title and an undefeated conference season. Kimberly was defeated by Nina but took a loss and ended up sharing with Nina the conference title. Cohen again with all day to throw. He goes to the near side. A short pass is dropped. Intended for Carson Cody. It's dropped. Kaukauna finishing at 4-3, tied with Appleton North a year ago. Fond du Lac at 3-4. Hortonville, as I said, at 2-5, along with Appleton East and Oshkosh West at 1-6. And the teams I'm used to seeing in the FVA for basketball season, Oshkosh North and Appleton West, not a member of the FVA for football. Oshkosh North with a stellar season a year ago, but of course, they only played Oshkosh West from the FVA as one of their non-conference games. 4th and 17 on the scoreboard. They're going to go for it, and number 17, Cohen, looking to go deep, and a crossing route. It's caught. And that'll be a first down for Nathan Hale. Nice play. Romeo Valdivia picks up the 4th and 17 conversion. And the Huskies have life as we near the end of the first half. Overruled by another official as Kaukauna celebrates. So Valdivia's catch does not count, and it'll be a turnover on downs for the Husky offense. Ball will be at the 43 for Kaukauna. Coming off a touchdown drive. A long run for Mohamed Job, 59 yards, setting up an 11-yard touchdown score for Ryan Carroll. And now I'm seeing on the sideline the Kaukauna defense huddled around a TV screen, so they're able to get the live looks at how they looked on defense and get coaching from their defensive coordinator while the offense is on the field. Carroll gives to Job, and Job up the gut, ripped down for a gain of 4. And we're going to have a penalty on the field. I think it might be a face mask, as I saw Job's head. Looked like he got yanked around a little bit there. But I could be mistaken. Obviously, the officials on the field have a much better vantage point than I do. 21-0 our score. Kaukauna on top of West Allis Hale. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Nathan Hale defense. So that'll be an automatic first down for Kaukauna. Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. From brand development to social media marketing and promotional solutions, we streamline your marketing for maximum results. Learn more at bearpm.com. That's BAERPM.com. Ball will be placed at the 37 of the Huskies. 1st and 10 for quarterback Ryan Carroll and his offense. Carroll. Job heads out into the flat. It's a screen play, and he's got some room. Job into the middle of the field. Around the 20-yard line, he is wrenched down. First down picked up on the screen play. Muhammad Job. Another first down gain by him. First catch of the day for Muhammad, if I'm not mistaken. And that'll make it 1st and 10 from the 18. Kaukauna in striking distance again. 1:53 and counting remaining in the half. Near side receiver is number 4, Cooper McMullen. And they give it to Job. He heads off the right side, gets a gain of 7 just outside the 10-yard line. Carroll headed to the sideline there to get his call from his play caller, but headed back pretty quickly. Essentially a no huddle here for Kaukauna. 2nd and 2 from the 10. Carroll gives it to Job, and they'll just look to pick up the first here. He's brought down, and it'll be 1st and goal, Galloping Ghosts from the 7. Huskies need a big defensive stop here to head into the half with a little bit of momentum. 2 timeouts remaining for the Huskies, and 3 for Kaukauna. Make it 2 as Kaukauna calls their first timeout. We'll head to a quick break on Zaleski Sports. You're watching Zaleski Sports, presented by Bear Performance Marketing.
Hey, this is Brian Butch, former college and professional basketball player, here with a message from Abbey Bank. Safeguard your personal information and join us for Abbey Bank's free shred day on Wednesday, August 5th from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. at any Abbey Bank location. Shred your confidential documents for free, and while you're there, help make a difference. Bring a non-perishable food or hygiene item to support your local food pantry. For full details, head to abbeybank.com. Abbey Bank, where they make banking about you. This ad is sponsored by Abbey Bank, member FDIC.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer,
Welcome back on Zaleski Sports. 1st and goal from the 6 for the Kaukauna offense, coming off their first timeout called. Carroll with Muhammad Job to his left, 2 receivers to the far side of the field, a couple of tight ends on the right side of the offensive line. Job switches to Carroll's right. It's a keeper by Carroll, gets to the outside and into the end zone. Made a man miss, and that's the 2nd touchdown run of the evening for Ryan Carroll. 3 touchdowns on the ground for the Kaukauna offense to go with a kickoff return touchdown that started the game. 27 points on the board for the Galloping Ghosts. Bryce Mayer back on to attempt the extra point. Mayer 3 for 3 on PATs today. Carroll will be the holder. Low snap, and it is off and good. Good recovery by Carroll. Didn't get the best snap there. 28-0 our score with 70 seconds remaining in the first half. West Allis Hale's not going to have a lot of time to get something going on offense. They've had a couple of drives that have gotten into Kaukauna territory. First drive of the day for the Huskies ended on a blocked field goal attempt. And then their second drive that got into Kaukauna territory, penalties made it 3rd and long and then 4th and long, and eventually a turnover on downs set up Kaukauna's most recent drive. Again, head coach on an interim basis. Co-head coaches, I should say, Cody Shumich and Elir Sino for West Allis Hale. Previous head coach was Scott Pritzel since 2021. He and several coaches left the West Allis Hale program a couple of weeks ago, so Shumich and Sino filling in on the interim basis for this season. And there's been a lot to like from the Huskies so far in this game. A couple of interceptions for John White Owens, some nice plays by Cohen in the offense, but they haven't been able to string together points just yet. Lee gives it to Rodriguez on the kickoff return, and Rodriguez is stopped at the 26-yard line. You saw Lee field it there, Kaysen Lee, and then immediately he looked to hand it off to his teammate, and Rodriguez looks to be a little bit shaken up here. Able to walk off under his own power, but I think that might be his last play of the half. So 1st and 10 from the 27 for the Huskies. Only 63 seconds remaining in the half. Penalties have really slowed any kind of momentum that the Huskies have tried to get on offense or defense today. They had the unsportsmanlike conduct on the most recent drive from their defense. Receiver on the near side of the field is Valdivia. Cohen in the shotgun, no running back, no Dorsey in the backfield. Cohen under center, I should say, Dorsey behind him, pardon me. Cohen rolls out right. He throws, middle length pass is knocked down, incomplete at the 40. Intended for Carson Cody, number 15. Good coverage from Kaukauna's defense. 2nd and 10. And now if you're Kaukauna, thinking about get a couple more incomplete passes, 2 more, force a punt, give your offense about 30 seconds to work with, maybe with 2 timeouts. It's feasible, but you can't let West Allis Hale complete a pass here. Perhaps Hale's going to put it on the ground at least for one play here. 2nd and 10 now as Cohen comes back to the huddle. Number 12 out there, Brady Mudgett. I believe it's the first time I've called his name. A receiver for this Hale team. He'll be on the near side, as you've got Lee on the far side with Rodriguez on the sideline, potentially injured. Another botched snap here. Cohen's got it, it was recovered by Kaukauna. Kaukauna's got it. I thought another Husky dropped on it there for West Allis Hale, and there's a flag on the play. I believe it's going to be another unsportsmanlike conduct as the ball was tossed in the air there. So Kaukauna's offense will get another chance, and they got 54 seconds to cover 27 yards, approximately. Depends on what the dead ball foul is. Huskies defense has to go back out there. Unsportsmanlike will be on Kaukauna. The ball got tossed in the air after they recovered it. Not something you want to do, especially now it backs you up 15 yards with time at a premium here. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 37. Brady Schwalbach on the far side, along with another receiver, number 13, Baxton Benson on the near side. Carroll under center with Job. And we're ready to go. One tight end on the line of scrimmage. 6 on the line for Kaukauna. 3 receivers, 1 running back. And still not ready to go. As the line judge is again going to set the ball, I suppose. 28-0 our score. Kaukauna with 3 offensive drives for a touchdown. But, of course, the most exciting play of the day, the first play of the game, a kickoff return taken to the house by Lathan Hurst. Carroll back to pass. He's going to have to be flushed. He's flushed out left. He's got room to run. He's already scored twice on the ground today. He gets to the 20, a spin move, and he is popped at the 15 and eventually dragged down at the 12. Nice scamper there for Ryan Carroll. Had a lot of pressure on him. No time to complete a pass. And now it's 1st and 10 from inside the Husky red zone. Kaukauna offense able to take their time here. 1st down. Ball has yet to be placed on the line of scrimmage to keep the clock running. 2 timeouts remain, however, for Kaukauna. 2 timeouts left for Hale as well in the half. 41 seconds to go. Kaukauna looking to cap off a first half that featured some miscues, a couple of turnovers, but overall they've been able to get their ground game going very well here. Muhammad Job as well as Ryan Carroll, the quarterback, have been very effective on the ground today. Looks like a penalty is going to move back the line of scrimmage after that Carroll run. Having a little bit of a hard time hearing the PA announcer. We're on the opposite side of the field from him, so he can't always hear his announcements. So it remains 1st down. That play seemingly negated as they're back to the 37. So a bit of a break for the Huskies on that penalty. 41 seconds to go. 1st and 10, Carroll back to pass. This time he gets rid of it quickly, and it's in and out of the hands of Cooper McMullen over the middle on a slant route. Remains 10 yards to go now, 2nd down. 30 seconds left on the scoreboard. Or 38, pardon me. As that was a very quickly developing play. Carroll did a nice job to get it out of his hands quickly and gave McMullen a chance. McMullen on the near sideline with Brady Schwalbach and another receiver. And you've got Gussman on the far side. Job to block. Carroll with plenty of time throws it to McMullen, and it was behind him. McMullen was headed to the far sideline to the left of Carroll. Carroll missed to his right. So 3rd and 10 with 32 ticks to go here. Kaukauna not quite within field goal range, I would imagine, yet for Mayer, as this was long by NFL standards. It would be a 55-yard field goal if they were to attempt it here. Third and 10, 32 seconds to go in the half. Kaukauna will be covered all season by Katie Lecton on the production side and Justin Shizeski. Justin not able to cover this game. Happy to fill in for him, as he's been the voice of Kaukauna football last year as well as years in the past. Carroll will take it on the ground here. He's got the 1st down, I believe. He got to the sideline. The clock will be stopped either way. 26 seconds to go, and that will move the chains. So 1st down and 10. No 4th down conversion risk needed here for Kaukauna. They were going to go for it regardless if it was 4th and 1, but he does get the line to gain. And Carroll has shown off with his legs this evening, even more than his arm. Has yet to complete a pass too far downfield. Couple of drops in there, though, from his receivers. Carroll with Job to his right. Job out to block. Carroll looking to the end zone. Throws it to the 3-yard line, and there's the first long completion of the day. Nice thrown ball and a good catch from number 8, Bennett Geithner. It's going to be first and goal from the 3. Clock is stopped, but Kaukauna will use the timeout. We'll head to a quick break. You're watching Zaleski Sports presented by Bear Performance Marketing.
Beer battered cheese curds now at Nasonville Dairy. Get them before they're gone in Marshfield at Weber's Farm Store, Curtis, and at the Nasonville Worldwide headquarters on Highway 10 just west of Marshfield. Master cheesemaker Ken Hyman, tell us more about beer battered curds.
We've been acknowledged as having some of the best curd in the nation and in the world. We actually finished first in the world last year, world competition. So here we are, and we always compete well with other people. So now it's the idea of making a beer batter that could be the best in the world.
Back on Zaleski Sports, 21 seconds left to go in the half. Kaukauna threatening to score again. First and goal from the 3-yard line. Ryan Carroll has taken in the last 2 scores himself on the ground, perhaps looking for the first passing touchdown of the day. He's got 2 receivers to his left. He gives to Job. Job will take it in for his second rushing touchdown of the season. Muhammad Job from 3 yards after a 20-yard score earlier. 34 points on the board for Kaukauna. Bryce Mayer on to make it 35, potentially. So all of Kaukana's touchdowns, except for the kickoff return to start the game, on the ground. Carroll, the holder, gets it down. Mayer's kick is up. And it is good. 35 points in the first half for Kaukauna, and that will most likely do it. Just 10 seconds remaining for West Allis. Hale to get something going before the end of the first half. And now the offense heads to the sideline for Kaukauna to review the previous drive with the sideline scoreboard. You see Keegan zooming in on it there. Really helpful tool. It's always interesting to see what forms of new technology are being used by high school football teams throughout the state each season. I saw in our scrimmages last week where we practiced just producing broadcasts privately. We weren't broadcasting it to anybody, but just practicing before the season started. Saw a team use a drone camera for the first time, flying a couple of drones to record overhead footage. Mayer on for the, new kicker, a different kicker on here for the kickoff. Number 80, Cody Lom. Left-handed boot, or left-footed boot, I should say. Caught by Lee, and Lee will bring it out. Not going to hand it off to Rodriguez this time. He is met at the 23 and taken down. 13 seconds on the scoreboard. Looks like they added some time when I wasn't looking. And we'll see what Colton Cohen and the Huskies offense does here, but so far in your own territory, not expecting them to take a deep shot down the field. Don't want to risk turning it over. Most likely just keep it on the ground with Dom Dorsey. Near side receiver, Romeo Valdivia. Cohen in the backfield. He's got Dorsey behind him. In motion is White Owens. They give the pocket pass to him. And White Owens, the man with 2 interceptions in the first half, he's taken down, and that will end the first frame. 35 on the board for Kaukauna. West Allis still looking to break through for their first score of the day. We will head to a commercial break and then come back with a first half recap. You're watching Zaleski Sports presented by Bear Performance Marketing.
However and wherever you want to travel the world, Travel Leaders Discovery can help you get there. beach vacations, family trips, cruises, romantic getaways, Disney vacations, U.S. travel and business travel. Travel Leaders Discovery, proudly helping families, couples, and businesses explore the world through all-inclusive trips of all kinds. Call them today in Green Bay, Appleton, and Sheboygan to create your memories for a lifetime.
Maida Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Maida Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at maidacustom.com.
Welcome back at the half. 12 minutes on the clock here from the West Allis Athletic Complex. Just recapping the first half. It was a dynamic start to this one, folks. If you missed the opening play of this one, you missed a 90-yard kickoff return touchdown by Lathan Hurst, number 3 of Kaukauna, playing primarily on defense here today, but making his name known on special teams. He brought back the opening kickoff to the house to make it 7-0 after a Bryce Mayer extra point, a blocked field goal after the Huskies had a nice drive into Kaukauna territory, gave Kaukauna the ball back. A 20-yard run for Muhammad Job on the ensuing drive, and a PAT making it 14-0, and then back-to-back turnovers. A fumble from West Allis Hale was recovered by Benny Joseph of Kaukauna, and then the next play from scrimmage was a Ryan Carroll pass getting intercepted by John White Owens. Then that was the end of the first quarter. West Allis's next drive resulted in a punt from Macedo. And then they picked off Carroll again. It was John White Owens with the second pick of the game. Resulted in a Husky drive where they turned it over on downs. And then back-to-back touchdown drives from the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts, as it was a 6-yard, a Macedo punt led to the 11-yard Carroll run, then the turnover on downs, then a 6-yard Carroll touchdown run made it 28-0 before another Macedo punt set up Kaukana's final drive of the half, resulting in a 3-yard touchdown run for Muhammad Job, his second of the game. He's got 2 touchdowns. Carroll's got 2 touchdowns on the ground. And then West Allis Hale took 1 run to end the half. And so the Huskies will have to come out of the halftime break looking to improve upon what was a mixed bag of a first half. Obviously don't want to be down so far in any game, but I thought Hale had lots of good moments in that first half, especially for a team that's under a new interim head coach, Cody Shumich and Ilir Sino. They were with the team before the other coaches left a couple of weeks ago, but now they're in a even higher role as the interim co-head coaches. Just taking a look at the scoreboard tonight for the FVA Kaukauna Conference. Neenah is hosting Notre Dame, the team that Kaukauna will play on the road next week, the Division II runners-up from a year ago. Appleton East is at Pulaski. Fond du Lac hosting Hartford. Hortonville is at Greenfield, and another matchup of FVA at Woodland, just like this one is, Kaukauna at West Allis Hale. And Oshkosh West is hosting Brookfield Central. I believe Kimberly and Appleton North played last night. Appleton North getting a 10-7 win over Mukwonago, and Kimberly falling 27-12 at home to Hamilton from Sussex. So those teams opening the season at 1-0 and 0-1 respectively, Appleton North and Kimberly. Of course, this is just the non-conference slate. Conference starting up in about 2 weeks. Only team with an FVA win with a win in the playoffs last year in the FVA was Kimberly. Otherwise, every team fell out in level 1 of the playoffs. That included Kaukauna, Appleton North, and Nina, all falling in their first playoff game. Kimberly managing 1 win for the conference, but otherwise kind of a down year for the FVA. What's typically one of the stronger conferences in the state in most sports. We will take another quick break here at the half, just about halfway through the halftime break. We'll be back to preview the second half and take a look around the Zaleski Sports streams tonight. You're watching Zaleski Sports, presented by Bear Performance Marketing.
Looking for a place where everyone feels at home? Welcome to Point Brewery, your family-friendly tap room with something for everyone. From a wide variety of local brews to classic Point sodas for the kids, we've got the perfect pour for everyone. Craving a bite? We've got hot, cheesy Portesi pizzas ready when you are. Whether you're hanging out inside or soaking up the sun in our outdoor beer garden, there's space to unwind. Planning a celebration? Reserve our private event room and make it a gathering to remember. Point Brewery, good times, great taste, all on tap.
Want to save even more at Fleet Farm? Sign up for Fleet Rewards for exclusive offers and deals. Earn points every time you shop. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Plus, earn rewards even faster with the Fleet Rewards credit card. Get 4 times the points every time you use your Fleet Rewards credit card. Start shopping and start saving even more with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
Welcome back at the half. Just about 5:20 to go in the halftime break. Kaukauna leading at the half 35-0 over West Allis Hale. As we head to the second half, we'll see if Kaukauna's approach changes at all on offense, whether they're going to keep to their ground game, which has been so effective, or try to get Carroll going a little bit more through the air. He completed that nice pass to, I believe it was Bennett Geithner, to set them up on the 1st and 3, the 1st and goal from the 3-yard line on the last touchdown drive. But certainly the Kaukauna defense has played very well tonight, forcing 1 fumble as well as a turnover on downs to go with 2 punts. And no points on the board against the Ghosts defense. Next week, Kaukauna will be at Notre Dame Academy. That game will be on Zaleski Sports. Got 15 different games, or at least 13 games going on tonight, as I believe we've got 5 on the Zaleski Sports Extra channel, and then you've got, if I can count here, 9 going on the main Zaleski Sports channel. And just checking some of the scores from Zaleski Sports Extra, the channel you're watching this one on. Neilsville Granton, currently the co-op, leading New Lisbon 13-0. They are scoreless in Wapaka, if I'm not mistaken. Oconto Falls at Wapaka. A couple of teams that are in the same conference for basketball there, but not in the same conference for football. They are in a weather delay, and they're expected to resume at 9 p.m. They're scoreless headed into the second quarter. You can obviously see these scores as well going on your ticker at the bottom. Winneconne also in a weather delay. 8-0, Wrightstown leading over the defending Division IV state champion Winneconne Wolves. And the other game on Zaleski Sports Extra right now, our Milwaukee area team, Elijah Vangsalata and Matt Peck, They're at Waterford tonight. Wisconsin Lutheran winning 21-14 over the Wolverines. Wisconsin Lutheran, former members of the Woodland Conference, they moved out, as well as Grafton and the co-op of Shorewood, Messmer, and Dominican. They all moved out. West Allis Central and West Allis Hale moving in this season as the Woodland goes from 8 teams down to 7. FVA remains at 8 teams. And just taking a look at some of the games going on, let's look at next week's FVA schedule, the final week of non-conference. If I can maneuver the Bound app a little bit more successfully here. Looking at next Friday, August 28th. Kaukauna, as I've said, is at Notre Dame Academy, the Division II Silver Ball winners of a year ago. They fell in the state title game to West De Pere. Last year when those two teams met, it was a home loss for Kaukauna. They lost 20-27. Notre Dame Academy, the Ghosts gave the Tritons all they could, but Notre Dame Academy came out with the win in that one. And then the other non-conference game from a year ago for the Galloping Ghosts, which this game against West Allis Hale is replacing, was a 33-9 loss at West De Pere. And if you're wondering, dang, Notre Dame, you keep calling them the Division II runners-up, and they've got this great running back. Who could have beaten them in the state title game? Well, it was West De Pere. West De Pere taking down the Tritons in the D2 title game. Kaukauna making it to the D2 playoffs last year. They have made it to the playoffs in 8 straight seasons. Coach Binsfeld, in his 11th year, took over the program in 2016, and he has made the playoffs in 8 of 11 seasons. Or 8 of 10 seasons, I should say, as the 11th one is just getting started here. And his record in the playoffs is quite impressive, 10-8. And considering that Kaukauna yet to win in that state title, you've taken a loss in all 8 playoffs you've made it to, and you still have more wins than losses in the playoffs. As a coach, that means you've made some pretty deep runs, and Kaukauna has done just that. Made it to the sectional finals, or level 3, in 4 different seasons. 2019, and then every year from 22 to 24. And that playoff record, 10-8, does include a forfeit loss in 2020. I believe that was due to COVID affecting the Kaukauna roster. Not able to play that playoff game and had to forfeit it to Cedarburg. Coach Binsfeld, 51-36 in the regular season, a very impressive mark. It's tough to win in the FVA, and he has done very nicely at the head of the Ghosts program. He's got 2 FVA titles. They were co-champs in both 2023 and 2024. And this team, despite only returning 2 all-conference players and losing 10 all-conference players to graduation from a year ago, including first-team inside linebacker Wyatt Romanesco, first-team safety Luke Tetzloff, and first-team wide receiver Kavanaugh Weyenberg, the wide receiver of the year. This team is looking to replenish from within. Bit of a youth movement for the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts, as a talented senior class is out the door. And West Allis Hale back to the field. We're going to have a little bit longer of a halftime break than we thought. 2:30 put on the clock. We can keep it here. Checking out some of the other scores on the main Zaleski Sports channel. We had a few games on last night, as some teams with school not started yet, able to play on Thursday. Games that took place yesterday, New Richmond hosting Eau Claire Memorial, Spash at River Falls, DC Everest at Chippewa Falls, and Manawa at Pacelli, Wausau West at Menominee. And then on the main Zaleski Sports channel tonight, you've got 8 different broadcasts going right now, including in Division II, Rice Lake, the team that knocked Kaukauna out a year ago in Level 1 by 10 points, 30-20. They are down big at home against Marshfield. The Tigers up 37-6 on the Rice Lake Warriors. And then Shawano is at Wausau East, and the Lumberjacks up 21-0 in that one. Shawano again will be on Zaleski Sports in a couple of weeks as they host Winneconne. I'll be there for that one, along with Miles Detroit. Just checking out some of the other scores here. Mosinee at Stratford. The Stratford Tigers, a powerhouse of a program in the middle of the state, leading 18-0 in a non-conference matchup against Mosinee at home. As our summer schedule here at Zaleski Sports wrapped up with WBA baseball last week, and before that, the state tournament for Legion baseball, as well as the City Connect Showcase from down at American Family Field. That was a cool event that Elijah and Matt got to broadcast from the home of the Brewers. Baseball season is officially over, at least in high school and men's leagues, and we are headed to the football field for the fall. We've got upcoming programming on Zaleski Sports next week. More football next Friday and Thursday. If I'm not mistaken, we have a couple games on Thursday. As I pull up the schedule, and then the start of the broadcast season for boys soccer and girls volleyball next week as well. Starting next Tuesday, we're going to have a couple of three boys soccer games on, as well as a volleyball match between Abbotsford and Greenwood, and then a volleyball triangular, so 3 games, hosted by Dan Lau from Cadott. And then next Thursday, yes, 4 different football games. Chippewa Falls at Eau Claire Memorial, New Richmond at Spash, Superior at Wisconsin Rapids, and Wapaka at Denmark. Before a full slate of football next Friday. Looks like 16 games next Friday night. So 20 football games on Zaleski Sports next week. First touch of the first half will be for Kaysen Lee. He fields it. Don't see Rodriguez back out there. Nice return for Lee to the 30-yard line. The other return man on that one, it's been Rodriguez for most of today. That was John White Owens, number 14. So we'll see how the Kaukauna defense fares against a newly invigorated West Allis Hale offense out of the locker room here with looking to make the halftime adjustments. Kaukauna was able to hold them to 2 punts as well as 2 turnovers in the first half. A forced fumble and then a turnover on downs. Colton Cohen in the backfield. He's got Dom Dorsey to his right. In motion is White Owens. Cohen's going to roll right. And he is brought down. Second sack of the day for the Ghosts. And this one is number 19, Bryce Urban, getting into the backfield and ripping down Cohen. Saw his brother, his twin brother, Tyler, making the first sack of the day at the end of the first half. Both members of that state championship Division I baseball team that I was very fortunate to cover a lot of games for in the spring. I believe 4 different members of that baseball team, or no, even more on this football team. I see the 2 Urban twins, Bennett Geithner, Quentin Gussman, Brady Schwalbach, all on the McCoy Leno as well. So that's 6 that I'm counting here. And I might be missing someone. Nolan Lotzer. Cohen back to pass, complete to the far side of the field. And Kaysen Lee is dragged down shy of the 30. So after the 11-yard sack, a 9-yard gain, or 8-yard gain, it's going to make it 3rd and 13. Head coach of the JV team for Kaukauna is Riley Kanak, the coach from that, an assistant coach from that state championship baseball team. And the freshman head coach for the Ghosts, Gatlin Bebo, assisting Matt Binsfeld. I feel there's a lot more coaches that aren't listed in the program here. Definitely not just 3. And a false start, not the start to the half the Huskies wanted, the sack, and now a penalty on their first drive. Pardon me. It will be an offsides call. So Kaukauna got that Husky player to jump off the line there, and it'll make it 3rd and 8 now. A little bit more manageable for Cohen and the offense. Near side receiver, number 10, Valdivia. Dorsey with Cohen in the backfield. Cohen back to pass. He's going to roll away from Valdivia to the far side and pushed out of bounds. Pass is complete to Kason Lee for a short distance. Having a little bit hard time seeing the field here with the glare from the window. So I'm just going to quick turn off the light. Don't need to see my paper much more anymore. And now it's much easier to see the players on the field. Living and learning here at a new, I believe this is the first time we broadcasted a game here on Zaleski Sports from the West Allis Athletic Complex. These teams did not play last year, as I would imagine they're going to play next season in Kaukauna. It's typically how the schedule works out. End around here. Cohen gives it to Lee. Lee is met in the backfield by Lathan Hurst. The big kickoff return for the touchdown, and now a tackle for loss for number 3, and a turnover on downs on 4th and 4. Hurst changing the tide of the game yet again. So turnover on downs to start the first drive of the half. And the defense for Kaukauna has just been swarming. A couple of early completions for Colton Cohen in the first half. Hasn't found as much success downfield since. Carroll back with Job. Keeps it, fakes to Job, throws it to number 18. That's McCoy Leno. Incomplete. Actually, I have 3 different players listed as number 18 here. And typically on the roster, when I see 2 players listed with the same number, I know that the younger one is the JV player, but you actually have 2 different seniors listed as number 18 here. Both McCoy Leno and Dante Muniz. Carroll with Job to his left. 2nd and 10. Swings it out to Cooper McMullen. It's riled in there by McMullen, and he is taken down. Nearly stayed on his feet. It'll be a medium gain for the Ghost offense. Looks like a Husky player struggling to get up a bit, and now is to his feet. Maybe needs to head out of the game. Yeah, he does not look very sure on his feet and goes back down. Okay, so an injured Husky player here will bring the Kaukauna team to the sideline. We can take a quick break on Zaleski Sports. We'll be right back. You're watching Zaleski Sports presented by Bear Performance Marketing.
Welcome to the competition where only the best healthcare plans rise to the top. Megasure.
Presenting Paperwork Pound Cake, a half-baked plan with flaky service sprinkled on top.
Ooh. Next up, Security Health Plan.
I call this one the Sweet Security. It has high-quality coverage folded in, and it's frosted with award-winning local service that's sweet but never sugar-coated.
That's a slice of better.
Chef Security, congratulations. Truly the recipe for better. Welcome to the competition where only the best healthcare plans rise to the top. Megasure.
Presenting Paperwork Pound Cake, a half-baked plan with flavor.
Welcome back. Player helped off the field for West Allis Hale. And 3rd and 3 after the nice completion from Carroll to McMullen. On the near side, the receivers Geithner and Schwalbach lined up on top of each other. Job in the backfield. Gussman on the far side as Kaukauna lines up to the left on the left hash. 3rd and very manageable. Perhaps just a handoff to Job coming here. And indeed, that's what they go for. And he is brought down. Did they get it? It looks like they did not. It'll be 4th and 1. Good stop there from West Allis Hale. And first real decision of the day on whether to kick or go for it. Carroll will head back out. It's going to be 4th and 1. 6 minutes to go here in the third. So Mayer will not come on for a long field goal attempt. It would be about a 42-yarder from here, perhaps 41. Just need a yard to convert. Could be a big moment here for the Huskies if they can stop them. They give it to Job. Nice fake from Carroll, and Job with a long run to the 14-yard line. More than enough to convert. That was nicely done by Kaukauna. 1st and 10. First drive of the half here for the Ghosts has gone very efficiently. Having to work around a 4th down there, but Carroll managed very well. On the near side, Cooper McMullen with Brady Schwalbach. Job again lining up to the left of Carroll. Tight end on the line. He heads out to run a route, and now Carroll around the left side, meets a tackle head on, spins around and in. 3rd rushing touchdown of the day for Ryan Carroll, this time from 15 yards. 3 touchdowns on the ground for him, another 2 for Mohamed Job, and 5 touchdowns on the day for the Kaukauna offense. The passing game has done as much as it's needed to here for Kaukauna tonight. Getting some timely completions, but the ground game has been what's working for him. Bryce Mayer on for the PAT. Or pardon me, it's the second kicker on, the lefty. And it looks like it was no good. No good. I was waiting for the signal from the refs. West Allis Hale players shaken up. That's number 80, Cody Lom, a freshman. The lefty kicker, just giving him some reps here on the field. And hopefully Bryce Mayer's all right. I didn't see him limp off at any point, the starting kicker. PAT no good, so 41-0 our score. Good drive for the Ghosts, capped off by Ryan Carroll, the junior quarterback, his 3rd rushing touchdown. And Carroll has looked at home in control of this offense today. His 2nd season starting as just a sophomore a year ago. Did not finish in the all-conference, but as just a sophomore, plenty of chance to do that in his next 2 seasons. Lone returning all-conference player, Bennett Geithner, an honorable mention tight end from a year ago. Tyler Schwalbach was also an honorable mention all-conference as just a sophomore, but Tyler, a very highly rated basketball prospect, wanting to focus on the hardwood, not playing football this year for his junior season. And then we talked about some of the seniors that moved on, the first-teamers, as well as a good amount of second-teamers, including second-team running back Aiden Reardon. So Mohamed Job in his first game as the starting running back for this Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts program with 2 touchdowns. Definitely fitting in nicely. Extra man on the field for Kaukauna's got a head off here. Cody Lom will be the kicker. The left-footed freshman ready to send it deep. A booming kick to the 10-yard line. It's fielded by Kaysen Lee. Lee will head to the right side, cuts back to the middle, and all the way to the 37. Best return of the day for the Huskies. And we'll see if that can get some momentum going for Colton Cohen and the Husky offense. No returning all-conference picks for West Allis Hale, but returning scholar athletes, that's juniors from a year ago, this year's seniors, with a 3.5 GPA or higher. Colton Cohen, Kaysen Lee, Mason Molthen, Carson Cody, and Ben Ogroski. The Woodland looking a little bit more winnable, perhaps, this season. than it did a year ago with Grafton going undefeated. Nice completion out to the right. Kaysen Lee going down there. I think he might have twisted an ankle. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be, he seems to be shaken up a little bit. He went down like he was just content with the yardage and wanted someone to touch him to down the ball, but didn't really make sense at this point in the game on a first down play. He goes back to the huddle, though. Maybe he just slipped. And the only thing that was hurting was a little bit of embarrassment. I've had that happen to me before, just falling over in the middle of a basketball game for a turnover. Colton Cohen, 2nd and 6, rolling out right to run, and he was met at the line. And I believe that's going to be no gain. Landon Schaefer, number 49, making the play for Kaukauna. Only one of the few football games I've ever called here on Zaleski Sports. I'm learning on the job a little bit. Want to definitely call more of the defense's names here in the second half. We focus so much on the offensive players. Certainly I will keep an ear out for the PA announcer to see who made the tackle. 3rd and 6 for the Husky offense from the 40. Could be 4-down territory, just looking to pick up some yardage. Nice end around here. This is Kaysen Lee. He's down the sideline and pushed out of bounds around the 33-yard line. What a play. They've run that a couple times this evening. The end around, Cohen flipping it to Kaysen Lee, and that was the most successful one yet. Biggest offensive play of the day, certainly on the ground for the Huskies. A big gainer of nearly 30 yards. That's going to be a 28-yard scamper. 1st and 10 now. Right around the West Allis Central logo. Those two teams will meet in 3 weeks. West Allis Central will be the home team, but West Allis Hale doesn't have to travel far. Cohen with Dorsey to his right, now steps to the line from under center. Man in motion, number 5. He rolls out and finds him. It's complete. Down the sideline, making the catch, and a nice little run there was Terrion Scott. Didn't see much of Scott in the first half on offense, but it looks like Xavier Rodriguez, number 8, we haven't seen him. We haven't seen him on offense so far here in the second, so Rodriguez might be done for the day. He was a kick returner as well as running back / receiver for the Husky offense. Seeing a little bit of flashing in the sky to our south. Hopefully that stays well away from us and we don't need any kind of weather delay here. 30 seconds left to go in the third quarter. West Allis Hale, deepest they have been in Kaukauna territory since the first half, and we got some movement on the line. Who's going to be on? We're headed 5 yards one way or another. It's going to be on offsides on Kaukauna. So 1st and 5, and that will take us to the end of the third quarter as it's 3-2-1. When we come back from break, it'll be 1st and 5 for the Huskies from the 12. They're looking to punch it in for the first time today. They're in the red zone. You're watching Zaleski Sports presented by Bear Performance Marketing.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
Cobuson Bus is hiring. It's drivers that they need. Cobuson Bus is hiring. It's the perfect job for me.
Cobuson Buses would like to thank all of our school bus drivers throughout the state of Wisconsin for their safe driving. If you would like to make a difference in your community with a fun and rewarding part-time job, Apply at Cobeson.com.
Cobeson Bus is hiring. It's the perfect job for me.
At the start of the fourth quarter, 1st and 5 for the West Allis Hale Huskies from the 12-yard line. Looking to set up either their first goal-to-go situation of the day or maybe punch it in here from the 12-yard line. Colton Cohen in the shotgun. He's got Dorsey to his left. Gives it to Dorsey through the right side. He gets across the 10, not much further. So it'll set up 2nd and short. Landon Schaefer again on the tackle, number 49, just a sophomore. Perhaps some more of the Kaukauna second string players getting in here on defense. I do not see some starters from the first half for Kaukauna out there. DeAndre Williamson Jr., not seeing him at the safety position. Colton Cohen, gain of 4, so it's 2nd and 1. Slant route, it is in and out of the hands. Looks like it went off a foot there as it was kicked out of the back of the end zone. Good looking play for the Huskies. The timing just a little bit off. And I like that shot at the end zone on 2nd and 1. Now on 3rd and 1, you can focus on converting and picking up a new set of downs. Huskies inside the 10 for the first time today. They were able to get inside the 30-yard line a couple of times in the first half. And Cohen in the offense looking to put some points on the board and preferably get into the end zone here for their first score of the season. Cohen under center. Dorsey behind him. Man in motion is White Owens. Rollout for Cohen again to the right. He's going to throw. Finds a receiver. It's caught for the touchdown. John White Owens, have yourself a day. 2 interceptions and now a touchdown. Coming on in reserve of his injured teammate Rodriguez to play more offense. And he scores the first West Allis Hale touchdown of the season. Good drive from Cohen and the Husky offense. Kason Lee making that big play on the run before the end of the third quarter. And a nice throw from Cohen to White Owens for the score. Cohen will be the holder as the extra point is attempted. It is up, and it is good for number 30, Eli. Didn't quite catch his last name, and Eli not listed on the roster I have here. Or at least not as number 30, as I scan the names. Not seeing him. Could be just a late add to the program as the kicker. We've seen Edwin Macedo as the punter today, and he had one field goal attempt. Ended up being blocked. We weren't able to see what kind of leg Edwin had in terms of if it was going to have the distance. Blocked at the line. First score of the day for the Huskies. 10:15 remaining here in this one. 41-7. Kaukauna on top. And this season, this game at this point, all about building positive momentum for next week for West Allis Hale. They head on the road to Milwaukee Riverside. Not to say that they couldn't make a comeback here. I'm sure that's not what the coaches are focused on. They're focused on making the right play for the remainder of this one. Making the right play, taking positives into next week. Not trying to go all out to make a comeback here. The kicker, Eli, right-footed kicker, will kick it deep. And the first time we saw a kickoff to this trio of return men, it was taken back to the house. This one's shorter, and it bounces over all 3 of the new return men as Hurst not on the field for this one and taken down around the 14. I believe that was number 23, Kenny Joseph. So we had Benny Joseph making the fumble recovery earlier. Kenny on the return there. First and 10, Galloping Ghosts, and I believe the new quarterback will be Cooper McMullen. He had started the game as a receiver, senior. Cooper's older brother, Brody, playing on the basketball team from a couple years ago that got to cover a lot of those games with Brendan Retzloff, part of a very talented program. 3-point specialist, Brody. I believe Cooper is much the same. Run there for a gain of about 6, but I believe we've got a flag on the play. Freddie Quezada on the rush there. But it might be coming back, depending on what this penalty is. Chase Broderick heads on as number 85, Keaton Dale, subs off. And Cooper McMullen will, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty against the Huskies. Automatic first down. McMullen will line up in the shotgun here. Receivers on the near side, number 82, Jackson Van de Leegraaf. And McMullen's going to hand it to Quezada. Quezada goes off the left side, and he is wrestled down by number 3, Dom Dorsey. Receivers out there, Van de Leegraaf, number 82, Chase Broderick, number 10, Quezada, the new running back, number 28. 17 on the far side, the receiver is Jackson Van Roy. And I believe a tight end in there as well, behind the right side of the offensive line. McMullen's going to pass. He heads over to Van Roy, and it's behind him. Slant route missed towards the outside of the field. They'll make it 3rd and 6, 8:02 and counting. Yet to be a passing touchdown on the day for Kaukauna. All of their scores coming on the ground except for the kickoff return touchdown. Only passing touchdown tonight from Colton Cohen to John White Owens. McMullen under center. He's got 3 receivers to his left. Quezada to block, a receiver to his right. McMullen rolls out to his left. Wide open, nearly making a falling catch was Van de Leegraaf, but not able to corral the ball as he was on his back trying to make that play. It's going to be 4th and 6, and we might see the Kaukauna punt unit for the first time. Seems to be the punt unit coming on here. Number 10, Chase Broderick, lining up deep to boot it away. Xavier Rodriguez back in the game. He's in as one of the punt returners. Punt is right to the other return man. It's White Owens. Makes a man miss. Makes another miss. He's nearly to the 50-yard line. Dragged out of bounds at the 47. And good field position for the Huskies. Looking to put another touchdown drive on the board. First and 10 from the 48 for Colton Cohen and the Husky offense. They were able to move the ball down very efficiently on the previous drive. Headed down to 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Cohen under center. New running back behind him, number 0. And you see Cohen rolling out to his left, was looking to pitch it to that running back, but he is dragged down. A sack for the Kaukauna defense, number 52. With the sack there, Matt Wiegand. That new receiver, new running back, Dylan Kraft. Amplitel Technologies boosts IT and technology for businesses in Northeast Wisconsin and beyond. From help desk support to Wi-Fi and phone solutions, trust the experts at Amplitel. Visit ampliteltech.com for a free consultation. That's Amplitel Tech. Second and 18 now after the big loss on the sack there. Cohen under center with a running back to his left. He'll drop back to pass. Looking to the near side. It's caught by Lee. Completion of about 6 yards. It'll make it 3rd and 12. Today's game brought to you by Pagoni's Pizza, your source for Chicago-style pizza with that guaranteed Sicilian taste in Northeast Wisconsin. From gourmet sandwiches to daily specials and pizza buffet, enjoy a friendly family, relaxing atmosphere at Pagoni's Pizza on East Ann Street in Kaukauna. Thank you also to our game day sponsors, Travel Leaders Discovery, Bear Performance Marketing, Birkin Heating and Cooling, Amplitel Technologies, and Pagoni's Pizza. 3rd and 10 from the 47 for the Huskies. Cohen back to pass. Rolling to his right now. Throws deep and finding his man. Dropped. Nearly making the catch there was Romeo Valdivia. And he's a little bit shaken up. Struggling to get up here. Need a trainer. That'll make it 4th and 10 with 4:14 to go. We can keep it here for the time being. And actually, excuse me, we'll head to a quick break. You're watching Zaleski Sports presented by Bear Performance Marketing.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
.414 to go as Kaukauna leads 41-7 over West Allis Hale. 4th and 10 coming up from the Huskies. Good to see Romeo Valdivia able to walk it off for West Allis. Today's game brought to you by Birkin Heating and Cooling. With over 30 years in business, Birkin Heating and Cooling, a family-owned company located on Country Road KK in Kaukauna, specializes in furnaces, air conditioners, boilers, and new home construction and remodels. Residential or commercial, they service all makes and models and have 24-hour service. Give Birkin Heating and Cooling a call today. 4th and 10 here. In the shotgun is, under center is Cohen. He gets it. Looking to throw as he rolls out right. Deep ball down the sideline is a little bit of a miscommunication between him and Ben Ogroski. Ogroski running out of room, and that'll be a turnover on downs. .352 to go, and Kaukana's offense led by Cooper McMullen able to have a second chance here. Or pardon me, it'll be Ryan Mayer, the extra point man, the kicker from early in the game. He'll be taking the snaps here as the quarterback. Quezada to his left. Handoff given to Freddie. Freddie Quezada breaks it off the left side, and he shoestring tackle from number 44, Mason Molthen. And Kareem Guzman on the tackle as well, number 20. Third different quarterback of the day. Primarily has been Ryan Carroll, but one drive there for Cooper McMullen. And now Ryan Mayer getting his first look under center. Mayer gives to Quezada, and Quezada down near the line of scrimmage on a 2nd and 5 run. It'll set up 3rd and short for the Kaukauna offense as we're within 3 minutes to go. And West Allis Hale player, and a little bit gimpy to get up, but he's able to make it off the field under his own power. So a resounding victory here in week 1 for Kaukauna. Next week, they face a very tough test against Notre Dame Academy. Notre Dame Academy playing another FVA team tonight on the road in Neenah. We don't have coverage of that one on Zaleski Sports, but I can see if I can find a score. Third and 3 for Ryan Mayer. And a player jumping off sides there for West Allis Hale. Was he drawn off sides by a false start? And it will be an offside. So first down, Kaukauna. As we hit the 2-minute mark to play, 1st and 10 for Kaukauna. Looks like the Post Crescent of Appleton is showing tonight's Neenah Notre Dame game. And it looks like they're at the half. Maybe another weather delay situation there. 29-22. So high scoring affair. And that one from Neenah High School. 1st and 10 for Bryce Mayer. He gives to Quezada, and Quezada will run it into the left side. Break back right. And dropped for a short gain. Lightning in the area pushed the start time of that game back between Notre Dame Academy and Neenah. It appears they had some weather in the Fox Valley. Winneconne was in a delay as well. Wapaka was scoreless with Oconto Falls. They were in a delay in the first half. Could be a late night for some of those crews broadcasting those games for Zaleski Sports and other outlets. Under a minute to go. Another handoff to Quezada as Kaukauna content to run it here as the clock runs down. Nice best run of the day there for Freddie Quezada. And we are at 30 seconds to go. Kaukana's not going to rush it trying to score here. It looks like we'll have one more play. And it'll be a kneel down for Ryan Mayer. Quezada lining up behind him on the first down play. That will do it for Kaukauna. A 41-7 victory here in week 1. As they're not even going to snap it. That'll do it. Clock hits 0 and a non-conference victory for the Galloping Ghosts. After a 35-point first half, they win by a margin of 34 here, 41-7, and advance to 1-0 on the season. Coming up next is the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds at Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or at NasonvilleDairy.com. We will talk to Coach Binsfeld, and a player of his choosing will get put in the Zaleski Sports Highlight House. Do bear with us, as it might take a little bit to get Coach Binsfeld's attention, and he's going to do his post-game talk with his players, but we will talk to him as soon as we can on the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. You're watching Zaleski Sports, presented by Bear Performance Marketing.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fure, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fira, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Hey, this is Brian Butch, former college and professional basketball player, here with a message from Abbey Bank. Safeguard your personal information and join us for Abbey Bank's free shred day on Wednesday, August 5th from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. at any Abbey Bank location. Shred your confidential documents for free, and while you're there, help make a difference. Bring a non-perishable food or hygiene item to support your local food pantry. For full details, head to abbeybank.com. Abbey Bank, where they make banking about you. This ad is sponsored by Abbey Bank, member FDIC.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Beer battered cheese curds now at Nasonville Dairy. Get them before they're gone in Marshfield at Weber's Farm Store, Curtis, and at the Nasonville Worldwide headquarters on Highway 10 just west of Marshfield. Master cheesemaker Ken Hyman, tell us more about beer battered curds.
We've been acknowledged as having some of the best curd in the nation and in the world. We actually finished first in the world last year, world competition. So here we are, and we always compete well with other people. So now it's the idea of making a beer batter that could be the best in the world.
Of course, everything starts in week one and well before week one. What was the message to your team in the early days of August leading into this one? A big build up to the week one matchup.
Yeah, well, if you want to win a bunch of games, it helps to win the first one, and we haven't the last couple of years won our first game, so this one felt great to get under our belt. I told the kids, we're not anywhere near where we want to be yet. We have a lot of improvements to make, but I tell you what, when you can figure some of that stuff out and still get the W, it's great. So happy to be 1-0 here.
And a lot of positives, but there was that point in the first half, back-to-back interceptions, and I'm sure that was something you were looking to build on in the second half when you came out here with your starters. A lot of good on the ground today, whether from Muhammad, as we'll talk to in a little bit, but Ryan Carroll looking very comfortable in his second season. What'd you like from his adjustments after those interceptions?
Well, we talk about learning from a mistake, knowing about it, but parking it, right? Like, and putting it back behind us. And, you know, Ryan's going to have to do that, you know, in a big position and in big moments. We need his best. And I think what he's starting to show is he's capable of doing that, bouncing back from a mistake, and we need all of our kids to do that.
And then great to get this one on the books, get a win in the books, but obviously a very tough test next week as you flip the page tomorrow morning, facing the runners-up in D2 from a year ago, Notre Dame on the road. It'll be a tough matchup against Kingston Allen, of course, the Badger commit, but overall that Tritons team. What are you looking for from your team in this upcoming week of practice, and what's the message going to be headed into a heavyweight tilt?
Well, we've been looking forward to this one all year. You can't set up a better scenario playing the number one team in the state with all kinds of high-ranking college prospects. And, you know, on paper, they beat us 10 out of 10 times, but that's why we play them, right? And our kids will be happy to see what a bunch of kids from Kaukauna can do against an all-star team.
Thank you very much, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
In the start of his 11th season, Coach Matt Binsfeld's team 1-0. And one of the stars of the game, Mohammed Job. First year as the starting running back. You had Aiden Reardon last year, the second team all-conference. What's it been like for you transitioning into a starting role this season?
I mean, it's been great. I mean, our O-line last year wasn't really good. We made a big jump, obviously, this game. I'm very proud of my O-linemen. Shout out to Mason Graff for the pancakes. I'm just very proud of my O-line and how big of a step we made from last year, obviously, because without them, none of this would have been possible. So I just thank them, and I love them so much.
And then it seems like you and Ryan have a really good feel for each other in the backfield. Some of those fakes were even fooling me up there. What's it like working with Ryan for the second year? And he's in his second year as a starter, but you're getting even more opportunity to work with him as a starter here this season.
It's awesome. Ryan's one of my buddies, so it's really easy to talk, really easy to communicate with him. And that's what I like. He's such a mobile quarterback. He's fast. He runs a 4.5. You know, that's what I love Ryan. He's a playmaker. So, and it's very fun to play with him.
And then obviously you guys had a lot of success on the ground as an offense and some through the air, but the big special teams play to start this one. I think you were back there with DeAndre, right? Yeah, but it wasn't you two taking to the house. What was it like seeing that first play of the game going 90 yards the other way?
I mean, before the game we were saying, oh, we're going to house it. As soon as I got the edge for him and I saw that crease that Lathan took, I knew it was gone. We were real all pumped, excited.
I talked to Coach about this a little bit. Just my last question. Big matchup coming up next week against a tough team from Notre Dame Academy. You guys played them close last year on your home field. You got to go to Green Bay. You guys have been looking forward to this one, Coach said.
Yes, we have. We're 0-2 against them, and we're getting sick. We're getting tired. You know, we're hungry. We're 1-0, but that is we go into a game as 0-0. You know, I mean, they're number one in D2, but we can compete as well. So.
Big one next week. Congrats on the win, Mohammed. We'll get you in the highlight house here. I'll give you the mic. I'll step out of the camera. Our camera's right up there, and you'll just say, I'm Mohammed Job, and I'm in the house.
All right.
I'll count you down. Make sure it's close. 3, 2, 1.
I'm Mohammed Job, and I'm in the house.
Thank you, Mohammed. Good luck next week. That'll do it for week one. Kaukauna 1-0, 41-7 over West Allis Hale. For Keegan Carper, I'm Gunnar Zippert. Thank you so much for joining us on Zaleski Sports. We've got broadcasts starting next Tuesday, boys soccer, girls volleyball, and then next Thursday, a couple of football games before another full slate next Friday with more football. 20 games next week on Zaleski Sports. Again, for Keegan, I'm Gunnar Zippert. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a great night.